What's going on, guys? Jim from ImportImageRacing.com, and today we are going to be installing this STI style wing onto our VB chassis Subaru WRX. So get ready to make your mother proud because we're going to be using power tools. The first step we're going to take is actually attaching our template to our deck lid. Now, full disclosure, you will notice there's a handful of other holes that are pre-drilled into this deck lid. This car is a tester and we mount all kinds of wings to this thing, but we're really just going to focus on the holes that are provided on our template today. With a little bit of painter's tape, we're going to line our edges up to the top and side and back of the deck lid. Now that we have our template attached to the deck lid, we're going to take a scribe and actually mark the 3 mounting holes on top of the lid. After we've scribed the 3 holes on top of our deck lid, we're actually going to remove this template, flip it over, and do that same exact process on the passenger side. Before we start scribing any marks into the vehicle, you're going to want to double check the template to make sure we're not putting any additional holes in your trunk lid that you might not want. With the template flipped, we're going to scribe the 3 additional holes on this side of the vehicle. We can now take a 1/4 inch drill bit and our drill and drill into the first layer of sheet metal on our trunk lid. Now that we've drilled the first 6 holes into our upper layer of sheet metal into our trunk lid, the 2 inner holes on both sides will have a second layer of sheet metal that we can now drill through. For our outermost hole on both sides of the wing, you're going to want to pop the trunk and then put some sort of additional layer of buffering underneath. For when we go through the second layer of sheet metal, that drill bit could make contact with your weather stripping underneath the trunk lid. Now that we have all 6 of the holes drilled, we're going to keep the trunk open and remove our felt inner liner. You'll notice on both of the inner holes on each side of the trunk lid, there's some additional structural webbing. So we're going to take our grinder and get rid of some of this so that our hardware can fit flush against the trunk lid. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. We put a coat of touch-up paint on all of our exposed surfaces over there to help prevent rust. So we're going to head on over to the bench and show you how to prep the wing bases for installation. Once we flip our base over, we're going to apply the 3M tape onto the inner surface area right here. Once we've installed our tape, we can reach for our silicone sealer, which we will be putting a small circular dab around each one of our base mounting holes. Once we remove our protective tape film, we're going to use 1 piece of long hardware and 2 pieces of short hardware to attach our base to the trunk lid. With the 10mm socket, we're going to feed our hardware through the holes and mate it up to the nuts on the other side of the base. Now that our base is snug, I did want to tell you that the 2 shorter pieces of hardware go on the inside of the trunk lid, where your 1 long piece of hardware goes on the outer side. Now we'll repeat all of those steps, but for our second wing base. Okay, so now both of the bases are installed onto the trunk lid, so we can now reinstall our trunk felt because we are done inside the trunk. All right, so let's mock up and install the wing bridge. Now we can install our 3 10mm short bolts in each side of the wing. All right, now that our wing bridge is on, we have one more step. We are going to be putting our hardware cover on with our 2 provided self-tapping screws. And just like that, we're all finished. So let's close the lid so you can take a look at what this bad boy looks like. That completes the installation of our Noble STI wing on our VB chassis WRX. For thousands of parts just like this, be sure to hit up ImportImageRacing.com for all of the best deals on the web and in the world, and we will catch you on the next one.